Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. I don't usually get involved in every drama on social media, but there's something happening right now that I want to talk about. It's not just about the people involved, but it shows some deeper issues that affect society as a whole, especially the youths. The way we deal with conflicts and the example we set can teach a lot of lessons. We often talk about how being poor is a crime in Jamaica, but nobody really looks at how having money can also be a problem. People with money can act however they want and get away with it, while those without are often held to a different standard. So here's the situation. There's a man who is been talked about on social media at the moment who has been known to be a good guy, but recently he's been under fire. Why? Because of some exchange on TikTok. A TikToker made some comments and this man sent people to deal with him. The whole thing was caught on camera, and now the TikToker's girlfriend is involved in a violent situation. Imagine being that guy, watching your woman get beaten in front of your friends and family. You can't do anything about it because you're outnumbered. That's a serious blow to a man's pride, and it could lead to bigger consequences. Now, the question is, how should the TikToker deal with this? Some people say he should have just stayed at home if he knew there was tension with this guy and his crew, and he should not have attended the party. People also feel that the man who sent others to attack the TikToker went too far by dragging his girlfriend into it. That's crossing the line, and it's making things even worse. The real issue here, though, is that we often focus on the idea that being poor is a crime in Jamaica, but we don't really talk about how people with money can also abuse their power. When the man who sent the squad to attack the TikToker was disrespected by people more powerful than him in the past, he just took it. But now that the TikToker doesn't have the same level of power or influence, he reacts in the worst way. Is that strength or is it weakness? It seems like he's picking his battles where he knows he'll come out on top, but that will cost him his reputation. He's damaging his own image, and that could even affect sponsorships. On the other hand, the TikToker is left in a tough spot. Being humiliated publicly is hard to move past, especially when it involves your loved ones. But violence is never the answer. If this TikToker chooses to respond the wrong way, this situation could escalate, and even worse, lives could be lost. It's a bigger problem when you think about the power dynamic between the two. People with money can use others to do their dirty work, while those with less power are often forced to do things they might not want to do just because they're trying to survive. It's a dangerous cycle, and it sends the wrong message, especially to the younger generation. The way we deal with conflicts affects how youth will learn and handle their own problem, especially if it's coming from someone that they look up to. In a case like this, it could lead to more violence and even loss of life. But one thing that really stands out in this situation is that Duppy know who to frighten, as they say in Jamaica. The man who sent the squad after the TikToker is not new to having words thrown at him. People have said things about him before, especially from those in powerful positions, but he didn't react the same way. Why? Because when you have power and money, when you are famous, when people look up to you, you choose your battles carefully. In this case, it looked like he picked a fight with someone he believed wouldn't pose a real threat to him. It's like he's more comfortable picking on someone who's seen as weaker or without the same level of influence. If the TikToker had been someone with equal power or someone with a kind of backing that could make the situation escalate in a bigger way, Do you think the man would have reacted in the same way? Probably not. He knew who to attack and who not to mess with. And that is not real strength. That's picking and choosing when to show force based on who you think you can intimidate. It's a weak move because real strength isn't about lashing out when you think someone can't fight back. It's about handling conflict in a way that doesn't cause harm to others or destroy your own reputation. The situation reflects several complex social dynamics, particularly in Jamaica, where issues of class, power, and reputation heavily influence interpersonal conflicts. In societies like Jamaica, wealth often elevates individuals into positions of influence, but it also subjects them to heightened scrutiny and expectation. For some, acquiring money amplifies their power, but also exposes character flaws or insecurities. Wealth may provide the means to win conflicts through influence or proxies, but it also creates vulnerability when those actions tarnish their own public image. Meanwhile, those without financial resources face a different set of challenges. Any misstep by someone less privileged is magnified. Even the way you're treated by the police or the courts is sometimes different, and they rarely receive the same forgiveness or benefits of the doubt. The incident involving the TikToker and the perceived good man demonstrate how ego, reputation, and social media can ignite a simple feud into something far more dangerous. By sending someone to deal with a TikToker over a TikTok feud, he displays not strength but insecurity. It reflects poor conflict resolution skills and lack of emotional maturity. Instead of resolving the matter calmly, he escalated it, damaging his own reputation in the process. Being publicly humiliated, especially in front of loved ones, stirs deep feeling of shame, emasculation, and anger. For many men, seeing their partner or themselves attacked ignites a need to restore pride, sometimes violently. If not handled carefully, this could escalate further with potentially tragic consequences. Social media amplifies these conflicts. The public's reaction often becomes another actor in the drama, pressuring the individual to prove themselves. For the TikToker, seeing widespread commentary on his humiliation could push him toward retaliation, not necessarily out of desire, but societal pressure. And he must be thinking about, how is my woman looking at me now? So the perceived good man faces public backlash, potentially losing sponsorships and opportunities. His apology might seem insincere if people believe he only issued it because the incident was caught on camera. So what can we learn from this, or what can we see from this? The perceived good man showed selective aggression, attacking someone perceived as weaker while avoiding confrontation with those more powerful. This does not show strength, but a revelation of fear and strategic cowardice. Sending others to handle disputes can backfire. Those tasked with carrying out these actions often lack the restraint of their benefactor, leading to excessive violence and collateral damage. Ensuring the safety of himself and his girlfriend must remain a top priority. The incident highlights broader societal issues where power dynamics, wealth, and ego plays out destructively. It challenges us to consider, how can communities hold influential figures accountable? How can we create space for conflict resolution that does not rely on violence or intimidation? How we address the societal pressures that lead men, particularly, to act out of wounded pride. This situation serves as a cautionary tale. Unchecked ego, wealth, and power, combined with the amplifying effects of social media, can lead to consequences far beyond the initial conflict. It's a reminder that true strength lies in restraint, humility, and wisdom, not in the ability to crush others. So, guys, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Should the TikToker just walk away from this situation and move on? Or is it time for him to stand up for himself? This is not in any way asking anybody to incite violence. There's ways of talking about things without inciting violence. But if he does resort to retaliation, won't this make the situation worse? And as far as the guy who sent others to attack him, did he go too far? Or was he justified? Drop your thoughts in the comment and let's read this out. Remember, how we handle these situations says a lot about who we are as a society, and we have to set the right examples for the youths. So guys, until next time, stay safe and be blessed. One love.